Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on the Dade County Weekly Update. I want to tell you we have several guests today. Remember, you can type your questions in the comment section of Facebook during the live update, but not on the YouTube portion. We don't have that capability there. If you don't want to ask your question during the live broadcast, you can always email us at dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. Today, we have appearances by Stephen Bonico with NRCS, Jane Dixon with the Alliance for Dade, Rex Mayo with a Hand Up Ministry, and Dade County Commissioner Robert Goff. So we'll get to community announcements in just a moment, but first I do want to let you know that we are hiring for several positions for Dade County. The Dade County Superior Court Clerk's Office is taking applications for a full-time position. You can pick up an application in person between the hours of 9 and 5, Monday through Friday, there in their office. Also, we are hiring for 911 dispatchers. Also, as a reminder to all those parents out there, Dade County schools are back in session tomorrow. So they are going back into session tomorrow, returning on Friday. Thank you, Dade County schools, for sharing that information with us. Next, we'll hear from Jane Dixon with the Alliance for Dade.
Thank you, Carey. Today, first thing I'm going to cover for you is some global community news. Now, I want you to pay close attention to them. If we'll look through here just a minute, the first thing we have is we've got the Department of Driver Services will be on site. You've got the dates there. You might want to jot them down. Friends of Cloudland Canyon has a general meeting January the 27th, and then they have another star party in April, on April 2nd at the bottom of the page. Notice the 4-H movie night. That's a great thing for the 4-H is providing at our department here. The Dade County Sheriff's Department's having their 9th annual fundraiser. If you've ever been, you know it's fun. If you haven't been, go. It's a great event to benefit the Sheriff's Department. Ready to read preschool story time? You notice there it's at 10:30, so moms, you'll want to pack them all up and take them to story time. The Hub will meet and greet on Saturday, February the 5th. We're moving into another month here. Oh, it passes by so fast. It's a team thing. Blackout poetry at the library. Looky there, 5 o'clock. And then again, a notice about the star party. Now, I have a few things that I want to spend a little bit more attention on because I want you to pay close attention to them. The renovation sale. Now, Piney Grove Baptist Church, if you're unfamiliar with it, you go just past the high school, there's Piney Road, it goes up Burkhalter's Gap. Well, before you go up the gap, there's a nice big church on the right. It's called Piney Grove Baptist Church. They will be having a renovation sale. Now, it doesn't really tell us what it is they will be selling, so it leaves it much to your suspicion, so you will want to go, because there may be something there that will interest you at the renovation sale. Now, the next thing I'm going to discuss with you is something with the Alliance for Dade. Now, you all know the Alliance for Dade is your Chamber of Commerce. Now, one of the things that we do is we are trying really hard to highlight and to congratulate and to build up the community spirit for people in our community who have a business. January has been a good month for business, small businesses starting up, a startup in the first of the year. We have already had 2 of the ribbon cuttings. If you'll notice on your graphic, we have 3 more that will be coming up. But I want you to pay close attention to the words at the top of your screen, and it says, "Welcome Hope House Cafe." Now, if you haven't been there, you have missed a chance to eat some of the best food in Trenton, to eat the chicken salad. If you remember the little chicken coop we had, the lady who had the chicken coop, she is fixing that chicken salad at the Hope House, and it is superb. If you'll notice also there, it shows you a whole bunch of people out there in front of the Hope House. Well, what we do in these ribbon cuttings, we do believe that it is a privilege for our county and city government representatives to come to these events, to meet the business owners, and to support our community and their businesses. So look at the picture. They show up. They are there. I think you'll see Robert standing in there. Ted had to be out of town that day. So we kind of hit and miss with people, and we support the businesses. Alex Case, he does a great job in connecting with our young and new businesses in our community. Now, the Hope House, it's a place where you're allowed to have hands-on experience. You're allowed to learn from people who have experience, but you're also allowed to learn in a place. Now, this is a key, a place where fostering your success is the reason that there's food there. It's not the food that they're serving that's the great mission. Excuse me. The mission is the people that are cooking, learning, and participating at the Hope House to learn the responsibilities, the steps of responsibility, how they do things. And in just a few minutes, a man who's caused magic to happen is going to talk with you a little bit more about the Hope House and the things that are involved in it. Now, there's one more thing that I do need to tell you about, and it is my last little cheat sheet here is going to tell me. There's a man that's going to tell you more about the Hope House Cafe. He's going to share more about it with you concerning a Hands Up program that the ladies who work in that kitchen cooking who are participating in. So let me pass this podium on. His name is Rex Mayo. Get that in your head. And he's going to tell you a little bit more than I have. Thank you, Rex.
Oh my, Jane did a great job with that, and I don't know that I can speak as fast as her, Carey, either one, but I'll do my best. It's a joy, Carey, to be able to be here with you guys today on the show, and I thank you so much for that introduction concerning Hope House Cafe. It is a part of Hand Up Ministry. A little over 5 years ago, myself and some others in the community, actually we got together 2 times in this room back in 2016. Trying to come up with a way to help individuals who get released from jail, somehow help them transition back into the community and not just be another statistic, but be a productive citizen in our community. And so we started this journey, and here we are a little over 5 years later, and we actually have a men and women's ministry under a Hand Up. And we have 3 houses that we keep men in, and we've got them working different things in the community and bring services around them. But then a beautiful thing happened this past year. We were able to purchase the building, former nursing home in our community. We was able to purchase this building and put together our women's center. We moved all of our women under this same building, and we call it the Hope House. And we were looking for a way to be able to generate some income, sure, but be able to put our women in a Christian environment around some very godly women and be able to let them mentor them and support them and direct them, educate them, but also teach them how to work. And we just had Linda came along beside us, and she is known in the area for chicken salad and does a great job. And it is an absolute beautiful thing. I left over there just a few minutes ago, and I told her as she had 3 girls that we're working with in our program, and I told them, I said, you've got these girls looking like they've done this all of their life. And they were smiling, they're happy, they're excited about what they're doing, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that God has allowed us to be able to purchase a building and then able to, but I don't even have time to talk about all the renovation. If you ever get a chance, we'd love for you to come by and see our building, because it's Dade Community's building. I mean, literally over 12 churches either gave money, time, materials, other community people and other community groups spent time and effort and money. And I think this building's one of the prettiest buildings in our county. It's just a beautiful thing, and that God, along with Dade County community, has helped us to be able to put together. And our goal is to take women at the Hope House and be able to put the support around them, be able to help them become successful citizens in our community. And that's our goal. And you, Dade County, you are helping us to be able to do that. And we just thank you so much, all of you that have put time and effort and your monies into trusting us just to do the very best that we can possibly do to provide the support, the direction, the education, whatever a man or a woman needs that gets the opportunity to come our way. Thank you for trusting us and giving us an opportunity to be able to do it. And I would love for you to. Sure, I'd like for you to buy a chicken salad sandwich, but I'd love for you just to come and get involved in just the environment and the culture of Hope House Cafe. We're open from 10:30 to 2 o'clock, Monday to Friday, and we would love for you to come and just be able to share in that and be able to connect with us, because we really are trying to better our community by helping some of our citizens become better people. God bless you, and thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to coming and sharing. Hope to see all of you real soon. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Rex and Jane. And next we'll hear from Stephen Bontko with NRCS. He's going to talk to us about a program that they currently have running.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Bontko. I work for Dade County, representing the Natural Resource Conservation Service for the county. But want to talk to you today about a program we spoke about a couple of months ago. There is a Dade County EPD, Environmental Protection Division, grant right now for doing septic repairs and agricultural implementations. And it's a great way to care for maybe a need you have on your property, or maybe to enhance your property, whether it be agricultural enhancements, fencing, and that sort of thing, or dealing with that squishy front yard that has maybe a septic problem. We have a project manager working on it, who is with Limestone Valley RC&D Council. His phone number, if you want to reach out to him, is on the screen, but it's also, I'll read it out, 706-514-6366. You can also reach Limestone Valley by emailing admin@limestonevalley.org. So either contacting Matt at that 706-514-6366, or emailing admin@limestonevalley.org, or I would also be happy to handle any of your questions about any of our conservation programs in Dade County, or about this particular septic repair and agricultural program that Limestone has going on. And you can reach me at 423-521-2221. And we'd be happy to help you guys out if you have any needs or questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Next, we'll hear from Dade County Commissioner Robert Goff, who will talk to us about the COVID update, as well as some things that are happening in our county. I do have one more quick announcement that I do need to tell you. The clothing bank at New Salem is looking for volunteers. So if you would like to be a part of that, they are looking for volunteers. You can contact them. I was looking for their number right quick, and I do not see it. Here it is. I got it now. You can call Margie at 727-415-3607. So volunteers are needed at the Dade County Clothing Bank at New Salem UMC. Call Margie at 727-415-3607.
Mighty fine, mighty fine. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Again, Chairman Rumley it was our regional commission meeting date in Rome. So that's where he's been, has not made it back yet. So covering for him this morning on the TV as well as now. A lot of it because of what we do, you know, these folks, and I appreciate Rex coming by and sharing his ministry, because that is, I don't know, I know he can't put it into words, I certainly can't, what a benefit that is to so many people, and a benefit to our county, and speaks well for our county. So Rex, my hope and prayer is that everything just goes as smooth as it can always, but I know that we both know who's in control of all that. So, talk to you a little bit today about some things that are going on. First of all, the TriState Food Pantry is set for tomorrow. I don't think they're expecting any bad weather more than rain, if there's any more coming in other than cold weather. But it's set for tomorrow at noon till 1 o'clock to load the truck that goes to the satellite locations. And that will be in Rise and Fawn United Methodist Church from 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock p.m. To distribute there if you're anywhere in the county, but it's certainly in the south end of the county, to Rise and Fawn United Methodist will be distributed there. And then from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock on Sand Mountain, and that will be at the Methodist Church on Sand Mountain. So if you have any question about it, take this number. And all this should be on our webpage as well, but if you want to call, you contact Rose at 423-316-0384. Rose at 423-316-0384. So I know that is as well as a ministry of so many people that help and volunteer to help get that together. And there's a lot of families that I'm sure that is very needed for, and we just thank everybody involved with that, whoever you are, you know who you are, not just the churches, as you know, Rex mentioned churches and how they had donated or helped his ministry, but this is also volunteers that go out there and help do all this. So that's just great. I would like to say again, a big thank you to our road crew. We're down to, well, I don't know just what the number is. I know if you hold up both hands, you've got too many fingers up to cover for the number of people that is on the Dade County road crew right now. And they've been very busy, but they have worked hard through this. The other night, you know, both our mountains got a pretty good bit of snow. It came pretty quick, and you're seeing some of the pictures from it there. Both mountains look that way. Not just the county roads, but that's the one that we take, and also maybe help a little bit on the state roads until we get to those, to be able to get out and take care of the citizens of Dade County. Also, the State Highway Department, GDOT, did a great job of getting the state roads cleared so everybody could go about your business, everybody could be as safe as they could be. I know there was probably some sliding off the road in places, but as far as I know, no serious injuries and no serious accidents. But we do thank our road crew for that, as well as all of our emergency management people, whether that was with our fire departments. You know, we have 7 fire departments. Speaking of volunteers, we have 7 in our county, and all of them are volunteer. They're staffed by volunteers who enjoy, I guess, most of them doing what they do. They do a great job. They help you as the ISO ratings and bringing down the homeowners insurance and things that they do for our county that we usually don't even know. There's so many people, you know, when you think about it, behind the scenes of most everything that's going on. And sometimes we that get in front of the camera, or that we that's sitting at a meeting somewhere, as we do here in our meeting, we're not even the tip of the iceberg of people it takes to make things happen in the county. Whether that's our Chamber of Commerce or Alliance for Dade, whichever term you want to use. There's just so many people involved with that, but you see Jane and you see George and a few people, but they know and we know that we don't do it all. We have so many people behind us, and that is the great part of living anywhere, but I think here in Dade County we have a great lot of volunteers that go out and help. But these people that go out and do these things, again, we expect them to be there. We expect them to take care of the roads, and they did a great job. I didn't mention it this morning, but our Sheriff's Department and our City Police Department, and we didn't have anything much in the city. I don't think anything to hinder that much. It just laid on the grass and places for the most part. But our sheriff's deputies that are still out doing their job, getting to places, and you know, it's a snow, an event, whether it's a weather event of any kind, doesn't stop tragedies from happening. It doesn't stop fires from happening, or heart attacks, or hospital needs. So our people on our ambulance service that get out and do all this. It's just, you're going to forget somebody or not mention somebody, but you cannot begin to think of how many people it takes to bring this together in a county of 16,000 people. and everybody that's working to get it done. So if you see those people, then you just pat them on the back, say thank you for the job you do. And I know there's some of you out there that probably were helped directly by some of them in one way or the other over that little weather thing that we had last week. Also, we mentioned the General Assembly has reconvened. This would be their third or their second full week, I guess, being in the General Assembly. From what I read the other day, if my memory's serving me right, this week and next week is the time that they will work on the budget for the state. There is one job that the General Assembly has to do. That's why they convene, and that is set a balanced budget for the state of Georgia. And so that is over this week we're in now after Martin Luther King Day the other day. And then next week they will be doing that to get a balanced budget before the legislature and bring it to the people of Georgia. In reading some things, the governor has, I think, wanted to increase the state budget by maybe it's $3 billion. So, but anyway, that's what they're busy doing. And then after that, they have 40 days on that. And as I mentioned last week, it's not 40 consecutive days. I don't know when it'll end, but it's sometime in April. They try to get out because, you know, our Senate, state representatives are pretty much running for office all the time. They're all on a 2-year rotation. It's hard to believe that this year has, last year, 2021, has come and gone, and in 2022, of course, this is what we call an off-year election year for our governor and all the state people. Only a couple of things here in our county, that would be 2 of our county commissioners and 2 of the Board of Education would be all that's up for election. But it is an election year to that extent, but all of our state people will be up for election. So you'll be starting to hear more and more about that. Again, I'd like to say thank you to our own elections people here with Lawana and her board and all the volunteers, paid people. They're not volunteers, there's a few here and there, but most of them are paid to come in and man the early elections and all that stuff, and then go to the precincts on election day, whenever that might be, for the primary that's coming up around May, and then the general election in November. But again, it takes a lot of people to get that done so that we have safe and fair elections. So hats off to them. There's so many people in our government, in our offices, and whether it be the probate court, the magistrate, sheriff's department, Superior Court, right out here in our tax assessors, not tax assessors, tax commissioners, as well as tax assessors, and all the people that work there making sure everything gets done. And it seems to go just great. So now we'll talk about vaccinations just a little bit. A lot of people are still being vaccinated, wanting to be. There's a lot of things I mentioned last week that, you know, the booster shots are being given out. And I noticed since then, I think some of the cruise lines, may not be that many people looking to go on a cruise, but more and more of them now are beginning not only to require the vaccinations, either the 1 shot, I think from the Pfizer or the 2-shot Moderna, but also that you will need to have a booster shot before you can go on those cruises. And a lot of things are going to be that way. That seems to be the world we live in now. So, but if you're interested in it, still here at our health department down right below where we're standing right now, they have both the Pfizer and the Moderna vaccines, as well as the Pfizer booster vaccines. They are being administered. You do call and you make an appointment, and they're pretty quick when you get in to get it done. You have to sit for 15 minutes. Once you've had the shot, you have to stay there just to make sure there's no reaction. And I have heard of none, and having, even my wife and I having ours, I haven't heard of anybody having any reaction. So, but you do have to sit for 15 minutes. So it takes you about maybe 20 minutes to get in and out, and you've got your booster shot or your vaccination if you have not yet been vaccinated and want to. So you have to call 706-657-4213, 706-657-4213 to make your appointment for either the vaccine or the booster if you've already had your vaccines. There's also testing locations. The first one I want to mention is I'll go to the bottom of my page. It's an at-home COVID testing kits. Now, we've heard President Joe Biden talk for several weeks about these would be coming, and there would be a way, I didn't know how it would roll out, but there would be a way to do it. If you go on your computer to www.covidtest.gov, COVID test, one word, test is plural, and .gov, and it is very simple. You have to put in your address, and that's it. You do give, usually you will give your email address, something, I'm having a moment there. So you do give your email address. Of course, if you don't have one, you wouldn't have to give one, but anyway, you go in, you put in your address. They will be beginning to ship these within the next couple of weeks, is my understanding. There will be 4 per family to every registered household in the United States. So if you want to get your own, because they are short, according to what we're hearing from the government right now, and even a lot of places like Alex here told us yesterday, there's a shortage of them and people are still trying to get them. Go online, order them. They'll send 4 self-home tests to your address. And then if you begin to feel as if you need to be tested or test yourself, then you can right there in your own home, you can find out, and then you can take it from there and go ahead if you need to see a doctor or begin to take medication or whatever it might be. The whole bottom line is, I think they've realized, as well as many people, that we do play a part in it of taking care of our own self. Every individual, we have to take, whether that's wearing masks or getting vaccinated or whatever. I know there's 1,350 views of it out there, who's right and who's wrong. But the thing about it is, we're going to do whatever we can, I hope, to take care of ourselves, and that helps take care of those who, for whatever reason, can't take a vaccine. I've got a friend who can't because of a sickness he had years ago, but he cannot take the vaccine because of that. I can't pronounce the name, Guillain-Barré, I think is what they call it. So there's reasons why people can't take the vaccine. So if I can help protect them, I'm going to do the very best that I can. The testing locations we have here have not changed, I don't think. We have primary health care here in Trenton at 706-657-7575 to make an appointment with a physician. So 706-657-7575. We have Lawson Medical right out here in front of the library and by the post office. Lawson Medical, 706-657-3200. 706-657-3200. Price Pharmacy up on you start up the mountain, 706-657-4061. That's a rapid test. There is a straight pay of $90. AFC in Lookout Mountain, and Lookout Valley, 423-822-5942. 423-822-5942. And our CVS store right here in Trenton, at the corner of 136 and Highway 11, 706-657-8011. 706-657-8011. Some of these do require payment. I think the insurance, if you have insurance, probably would. Some of them do not, but there is still the free testing at the Colonnade in Ringo. That is on Highway 2. Let's say between the Walmart and the interstate. If you're going toward Interstate 75, you'll see a big green sign that says the Colonnade. It's where their health department is, their meeting places and all that there in Ringo. But that is every Monday and Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the evening for free testing. If you're working, and many people are, you're in that area going about your business. So if you want to do that, you're welcome to go. And we do think, they did that. Catoosa County helped back when this thing first started. They were very instrumental in doing that. And I know Carey and all the counties around went in and met with them. And they had sheriff's deputies from the counties there helping the traffic go through, because there were so many people that wanted to be tested and wanted to be vaccinated. So keep those things in mind. Now we'll give you the numbers again for this week. Our Georgia has 1,696,978 confirmed cases. That is up from 1,603,820. since we were last updated. So that's looks like about 96,000 new cases. So in Dade County, we have, and again, I will insert this. This is from day one, going all the way back to almost 2 years ago now. So I try to keep that in people's mind, because when you see this number for 16,000 people, if you don't keep that in mind, it sounds like so many people have it. This is everyone who has ever had it, that it has been recorded. So that is 2,190, and that is up in the last 2 weeks. It is up 183 new positive tests, also 22 deaths. Again, that goes back to the beginning, and 87 hospitalizations. I'm going to ask Carey. Carey, is that 87 total hospitalizations as far as we know for the duration of this thing? Yes. Or that's certainly not now. So you see, if you read it and you say we've got 87 people in the hospital, some people could maybe take it that way. I'm not saying they do, but if I can just get people to keep your eyes on that part, that's 87 people from Dade County that we know that was hospitalized with COVID over the last, hard to believe again, but almost 2 years, because this all started in March.
Pretty sure that went up 5 people in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I think our last number there was 82. So I think over the past couple of weeks, it's gone up to 87.
So we have had some hospitalizations.
We have had some hospitalizations.
The total number is for March, nearly 2 years ago. Walker County, which is much larger than us, they have had 11,517 cases, 957 new testing positive in the last 2 weeks. Catoosa County, another much larger county, has 10,494, and that last 2 weeks they've had 1,147 that have tested positive. And then Chattooga County, our neighbor to the south, that has 4,559 cases, and they have 576 in the last 2 weeks. So bear in mind, there are a lot of new positives, but that positive number for the last 2 weeks is a real number. They're all real numbers, but that is a lot of testing positive. But bear in mind, not all those go to the hospital. Take care of yourself. Do what you feel like you need to do to take care of yourself, and make sure that you help take care of others as much as you can. Since yesterday in the state of, in the state of Georgia, we've had 17,233 confirmed cases, 26 deaths, and 313 hospitalizations in Georgia, and we have some 10 million people in the state of Georgia. In Tennessee, we'll only go to some of our nearest neighbors, but in Tennessee has had 1,653,144 confirmed cases, and they have 16,226 new cases, 26, let's see, okay, Hamilton County, has 82,227 cases. They have active cases, 9,666 active cases that they have always put in. They have had 939 deceased. And Marion County, our neighbor, 6,895 cases. They have 620 active cases. They have lost 114 citizens. Then Grundy County, 3,288 with 211 active cases. They have lost 64 of their friends and loved ones there over the period of the last couple of years. Our 3 counties in Alabama has confirmed cases, Alabama has confirmed cases of 1,004,622. Then in Jackson County, our nearest neighbor, is 12,445. They have 207 deceased. They have 364 cases in the last 7 days. And then DeKalb County, 15,828 total cases, 287 have deceased, and 602 cases in the last 7 days. So as you see, there's really not a lot of rhyme or reason to where this thing hits. I know we've had school, we've had some in the school, we've had some in our churches, and we don't know how many people are walking around with it that just feeling sick and think it's a cold. But again, if you feel like you need to be tested, please do, because there are those asymptomatic people that don't really feel anything but a sinus headache or maybe a little congestion, but they're still maybe carrying that virus. So do what you can to take care of people, and as you would want them. Now, Carey, you did mention that school is going back tomorrow.
School
The
is,
reason I asked that is on the news last night, they said it was closed on Friday, so I'm just,
yes, the school system did put out a post earlier today saying that they are going back to school tomorrow, so.
I just wanted to bring that up because I knew you'd said it. I'm sure that is correct, but last night on the Chattanooga News, they showed a list of closings for yesterday
and today.
and tomorrow, and Dade County was on that, so it may be a misprint on theirs, but they're going back
Tomorrow.
face-to-face
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
So, and I did look up the last week of the year, last year. So December 2021, here were the numbers, the COVID numbers that we report regularly. In Dade County, there were 63 new cases in 2 weeks as compared to 183 for the last 2 weeks of right now. There were 19 deaths and 78 hospitalizations. That's the last week of last year.
Right.
Now there in Dade County, 22 deaths and 87 hospitalizations. This just kind of tells you how quickly Omicron is spreading, and we assume it's Omicron. But Walker County, the last week of the year, had 287 positive cases in that 2-week spread. They now have 957 new cases, so for the 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Chattooga County, 81 the last 2 weeks of the year, and now they're at 576 for the last 2 weeks. So these numbers are just popping. Catoosa County, the last 2 weeks of 2021 had 231 cases. For the last 2 weeks right now, Catoosa County has 1,147 cases. So this is everywhere, and you can hear it in my voice. I have a sinus infection. I've been tested twice. I've told people I feel like I need a sign that says I am COVID negative. But it is spreading quickly, and just, wash your hands, social distance, but life goes on. So here we go, right?
Yes. And do keep in mind, when this new variant, and I asked someone who did test positive the other day, I don't think when you test positive, it's not the old COVID-19 or the Delta variant or the Omicron. It's only, again, I'm not a doctor, but I did stay in a Holiday Inn one time. If you watch TV, that'll make sense to you. If you don't, you think I've lost it. But there's no telling, and so it could be, I do hear though, and what we read is that the symptoms are more what you just said. It's congestion in the head mainly, headache, and maybe sore throat. The blessing is, according to those who are doctors and those who are leaders in the field, that it does not attack the lungs as bad as the original COVID-19. So that is a good thing. And please bear in mind, Carey just went over some large numbers, but keep in mind, we were told when this variant come along, it would be some 4 times more,
Transmissible.
getting out 4 times greater than the other. But even at that time, they did say a little bit of blink of good news that in a sense was a good thing because it was milder, but it helped people begin to build up the resistance to the overall virus. So we can't tell you what to do. We can only tell you, as I've said, do the best you can to take care of yourself and your family. And if you feel like you don't need to be around people and people don't need to be around you, quarantine. But if you do test positive, certainly you need to quarantine. You need to stay away from people as much as you can. I think the new someone told me yesterday that's positive that it was a 5-day quarantine now, not the 10 or 14, whatever. And then they expect you to wear a mask for another 5 days if you're out in public. And a lot of people are wearing masks, a lot of people are not. It's by choice, their choice. But if you, again, all I can say is take care of yourself, do everything you can to take care of others. And this is anywhere in life, whether it's driving down the interstate and obeying the laws of the road, not speeding or whatever, because the life you save may be your own and it may be someone else's that you save by just doing the best you can to be safe on our roads, in your home, your place of business or whatever. So that's a lot of numbers, a lot to consume, a lot of phone numbers. Again, if you didn't get this, it will be on the county's website. I'm sure that some of what Jane has talked about will be on the website of the Alliance for Dade. I don't know, Rex, if you have a website.
They do, and we've shared the link in the comments.
Okay, the link has been shared in the comments of the Hands Up Ministry as well as the Hope Cafe there at it. So if you get a chance, as he's asked you, go by and look and see what they've done, because it's a lot of work went into it. A lot of work. It's a beautiful place. It's inviting to go in and just sit down. It's just, I don't know how to put it. I'm sure Jane or Carey, ladies know how to put it better than us, but it is inviting to go in and sit down. It's just calm, and those ladies, I said this morning, the ladies that were there working the other day when my wife and I went in were just, I don't know, it's like Rex said, they just act like it's what they've always done, and interacting with the people and talking with them. It's a great thing. So much good happening in Dade County. We can pick out some bad if we want to, but we've got to accentuate the positive when we can, and that is one of our big positives over a period of time. Rex, how long has it been? I know you were on the top of the mountain, or just right at the top, and you said, what, 2 years or?
Actually, the first time we met in this room right here trying to put something together was in 2016, in October.
2016.
See, there we go again. Time flies if you're having fun, and it flies sometimes if you're not. 2016. So 6 years, 5 to 6 years ago that this has been in the making and already been there. But you saw the same sign that I guess that you have at the Old Woodhaven is the same side you had on the road, County Road 6, just before you made the curve and went on out to the top of the mountain. So thank you, Rex, for following God's leadership in what you're doing, and the people that you're helping that will be eternally grateful. I believe some of them will be. But again, Dade County's a great place to be, great place to work. We ask you, whatever the weather is, if it's just rain or whatever, be safe and take care of yourselves, and may God bless you, and God bless Dade County.